Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. That's Nettie Liddell. I am Brett Chapin, and we're talking today on an open show all about you guys. 1-800-336-2225 if you have any questions or comments on the show. We don't know how we're doing unless we hear from you guys, so give us a call. 1-800-336-2225. And we have one of our favorite regular callers on the line. This is Jim in Glendale. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Hi, Jim.
Hey, Brett. Hey, Nettie. How are you doing? Hey, Nettie, you've got quite a voice, man. How long have you been singing?
Jim, thank you. I've been singing, I guess, now for about 10 years.
Have you got an agent and somebody to release your CD?
You know what? I don't. I don't. I focus mainly on right now. I'm. Well, I've always been an actor. I was raised in Los Angeles, and so yeah, you can't really do both well, so I just do it on the side. And
Sure. I mean, a lot of people doing this aside. A lot of people who their main profession is an actor or actress. I mean, they release CDs all the time. Hugh Laurie just released one. I mean, a lot of people have an agent or somebody involved. I mean, radio has changed immensely. It's difficult to get things played. I understand that. But I mean, you shouldn't have any problem. That sounds very well done. Who did the original on that song, by the way?
I believe that was Miss Patsy Cline.
Patsy Cline, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She, I think, was a part of the 27 Club. She left us very early, but she was just amazing. And I did that piece for a film I was in, actually. And I love it. I do it because I love it. Are you in the music industry? Do you do music, Jim?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Are you in the music industry? Do you do music?
I used to be getting a little bit older now, but I used to be in records and releasing. That's back when, in the old days, when they used to do things with promo guys, and you would do everything in your life to get a radio station to play a record for your client, and that does not exist anymore now. I mean, unfortunately, the record people aren't there anymore. Now everything's done automatically. It's done on the Internet. It's done different ways, and there's no thrust behind the CD, so unless you've got somebody who's got a lot of money, I mean, a lot of times things don't get played.
That's right. Lady Gaga was very lucky that she came from a very wealthy family.
Well, yeah. Have you done any dancing, by the way?
My mom was a dancer, and I was raised to dance, but I have two left feet. So.
That's all right. ABC's got a show called Dancing with the Stars, and they've all got two left feet.
That's a good point, Jim.
I love you.
But you guys are going to Kirk Douglas. I envy you. You're going to have a good time tonight. What
what is it called again?
I've never been so happy it's opening night.
Yeah.
That should be great. That's a great place. I wish you a lot of luck, and I just want to tell you that I thought the song was great, and you should get a record guy, and they're still around. There's still some good people around that will actually take your song with your CD, and they'll make sure it gets to the people who will play it.
I don't even know that I want to do it here in the U.S. anymore. It's too difficult.
There's no question. There's a difficult factor. There's no question about it. And it's not the old days where someone would walk in and now you've got the same millions of radio stations, not millions, but thousands of radio stations doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's very difficult, so I understand.
Yeah, well, it's all for the love, and we really appreciate you showing your love, because that really makes...
Well, Brett and Nettie, have a good time tonight, and thanks for taking the call.
Jim, two questions real quick for you, Jim, before you go. Yep. Did you get the tickets to Rabbit Hole? Good.
It was fantastic. It was very fantastic. It was great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. That's not why I called, by the way. I just wanted to... I heard you, and I happened to catch the last part of the song. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, no. Jim, you've always been really good to us and participating in the show. We really appreciate it.
Jim, we love you. Please find us on Facebook.
Yeah, I did on Facebook. Sure, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
And one other question I had for you, Jim. On you said you worked in the record distribution. Was that back in the days of payola? And was a lot of payola offered?
A lot. Yes. I hate to claim this, but I was a former disc jockey, and yes, every disc jockey I know of that was in any major market took what they call payola. Everybody did it. I mean, a lot of people claim they did not do it, but everybody. If you're raising a family, you had a young daughter at home, or your wife in a new home, you would take some sort of gratuity to play a record that was done by everybody. A lot of people did not admit it, but it was the days of the later days of the payola. But yeah, it was still done, and it's still done today. I mean, it's still done by corporations who want to get their record played. They do favors to get their music on radio.
Absolutely. You know, it's a shame that that's the way it is, but that's reality. You know, that's how it was back then. It still is.
It's anything. If a record person is doing their job, and you want somebody to do something extra, you usually give them a gratuity or a tip. When somebody carries your bags into your hotel room, you tip them, don't you?
True.
Yeah.
If you want somebody to play your record and go the extra mile for you, you pay them.
That's right.
And unfortunately, that may not sound nice to a lot of people, but it was done by everybody that I know of, at least in some form or another. And it was either done with drugs or with money or maybe the pickup of a rental of something. But I mean, it was certainly done. But we're talking about 40 years ago, a long time ago.
I'm sure that's the way that a lot of artists were first played on the air. Is through that.
And that's I'll give you a quick story. Dick Clark, who is I hope he's doing better. He's quite a guy. I mean, he got out of that scandal when this all happened because he said he never took it. Well, what he did is, if you ever look at a record like the one I'm thinking of right now is Palisades Park by Freddie Boom Boom Cannon. His name is on it because his gratuity was he got half of the credit, the writing credit. So every time that record is played, Dick Clark gets a piece of money. And that was done on a lot of records and a lot of different ways to do it. But the short answer is yes, everybody did it, and unfortunately, it was part of musical history and radio history a long time ago.
Sounds like it.
That was a wonderful story, Jim. I love that album, by the way.
Nettie's a big fan of that one. Thanks so much for calling, Jim,
Okay, well,
and call back anytime.
You guys have a good time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
Yep, that's why they call it the music business. And artists, they're not business people. And that's why we have a lot of them on the show, because they're here to promote their art and not their business. And it's...
Although,
Yes.
it needs to be treated like a business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Artists treating things... art... It's
Art, business, all that good stuff.
not the same.
We'll be back
Or is it?
to
Next
talk
time.
about that on La La Land with Brett and Nett on CRN Digital Talk. What do you say? That's Nettie Liddell.